Hello everyone! Today we are going to be talking about planning a grammar lesson. So I hope you really like it and enjoyed it.
Without grammar, we can give meaning to what we are going to say because it helps to give sense and allow us to say what we really want to express. For this reason, it is necessary. There is implicit what learning a foreign language involves. It is not only about conjugating or translating verbs. At the moment to teach, we can have two kinds of approach that are inductive and deductive. Inductive is what the student discovers by his own, and deductive is what the student observes and then conclude of that observation. Both can have advantages and disadvantages. For example, deductive is better to save time and allow more practice because of this, and is useful with lower level students. On the other hand, inductive is beneficial to students that already have a basis because this encourages them to solve things with their previous knowledge. We can use a common structure that is presentation, practice, and production. Those are stages where first is presented the target language. Right after, the students are allowed to practice what they had just be presented in control activities, and finally, the student can practice with more open activities where they can bring some elements of the target language.
So, as we commented before, we are going to use some stages. The first one is presentation. So, in presentation, we have to present the topic in meaningful context. That is why we use Realia, flashcards, or mind maps that help us to show the language more interesting. Also, you can practice the grammar orally before to write, doing positive, negative, question, and short answer sentences. If I notice that my students understood the form and the meaning, I'm going to continue with the practice stage. So, here in practice stage, we are going to correct the phonological and grammatical mistakes, but also we are going to use some activities in which the students perform the information that previously acquired. As you see on the image, you will find some of the activities. Those are gap fill exercise, substitution drills, sentences transformation, split sentences, picture dictation, class questionnaires, regional sentences, and matching sentences to picture. Okay, the next stage is production. Here you are going to find many activities like information gaps, role plays, interviews, simulations, find someone who, spot the difference between two pictures, picture quiz, problem solving, personalization activities, and board games. Those activities give the students the chance to practice the language more freely, and that create an environment of spontaneous language in which the student is less predictable. So the language is going to be more natural. According to the grammar tense that you are teaching, you will practice personalize some questions and provide them to the students to ask others in the class. Remember to monitor any error in order to provide a feedback that clarifies any doubt of the lesson. Okay, guys. So, as a conclusion, we have to take into account some aspects about planning a grammar lesson. The first one is the language that I manage is accurate. That refers to if the language that I'm managing it is useful to my students. If it is useful, my students are going to remember and to appropriate that knowledge better, and they are going to understand better the topic. Second, use English L1 just to figure out the L2. That means that we sometimes can use the L1 to create a comparison and provide a better explanation about some issues, some grammatical issues of the L2. That will be beneficial to us. And the third one is always try another model for planning a lesson. As you see before, we have been working with PPP. That means presentation, practice, and production. But you can also use another models that are, for example, TTT, tested and test, or ARC, authentic use, restrict use, clarification, and focus. But my recommendation to you is analyze your students and find the better model for them to cool understand better the topic and be more assertive when we are teaching them a new topic. Okay, that's all. Thank you for watching, and you're going to find the reference right here in which you are going to have more detailed information.